Mission 1, start!
Metal Slug 3 is considered one of the very best entries in the Metal Slug series by just about everyone. I'm one of the very few people that loved the original Metal Slug so much that by the time Metal Slug 3 was coming around, I kind of missed the military feel or the more realistic feel that the original offered. That said, I completely understand why everyone loves this game, and rightfully so. It's incredible. It's really one of the very best run-and-gun shooters ever made. It was released in 2000 and is incredibly over the top. It features soldiers, aliens, and even zombies. It's famous for its branching paths and newly introduced slugs, including the Slug Driller, Slug Mariner, Elephant Slug, Ostrich Slug, and many, many more. And some of these are just downright hilarious. If you've played any of the other Metal Slug games, then you know what to expect here. The game is a direct follow-up to Metal Slug 2, with our heroes back in the saddle to find out if General Morden is still alive, and to get to the bottom of all the violence that's breaking out all over the world. You'll run and gun your way through 5 missions, facing off an incredible number of enemies along the way. As I said earlier, the game is known for its branching paths, which extends the game by quite a bit actually. Some of the new slugs are only available via certain branching paths, so you'll want to be playing the game over and over and over again to make sure you experience everything it has to offer. The actual development of Metal Slug 3 is kind of a sad story, mainly because SNK was going bankrupt at the time and the staff knew it. And you can feel it while you're playing the game that the developers wanted to go out with a bang, so they put everything they could into this game. This often feels like an all-star version of Metal Slug, and I'd like to think that's because the development staff wanted to say goodbye the proper way, their way. The fantastic art design also makes a return in Metal Slug 3, and of all the previous entries, this one features the least amount of slowdown. On top of that, while there's certainly a lot of sprite recycling with the enemies and main characters, there are also a lot of new enemy sprites to go around, and the new environments look superb. The level of detail that goes into the animations are what separate Metal Slug from everything else, and that's extremely evident here. This game looks amazing. These sorts of games are meant to be played with other players, and thanks to the Nintendo Switch, that's easier than ever before. Every Switch console essentially has 2 built-in controllers, and this is one of the very few games I've actually played in tabletop mode using 2 separate Joy-Cons to play the game with a buddy. Naturally, it's not as great a fit as playing on the big screen with 2 Pro controllers or the much coveted arcade stick, but it works, and that's what counts. Metal Slug 3 is one of the very best games in the entire Neo Geo library, and every single Switch owner should pick this one up.